Welcome back guys to the new game review, and today we have the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection FK Classics. This game is a solid 9 out of 10 for me. The only reason it's a 9 because it's not an absolute definite version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The Dreamcast version of Marvel Capcom 2 is always will be the absolute definitive edition, as this is what is still played in tournaments. Capcom really dropped the ball with this one. They should have allowed us to play all the old versions with Marvel of Capcom like PlayStation 2 or Dreamcast versions, but instead we're stuck with the arcade versions. Arcade version is fine, but it's not the version most of us spend of time playing at home during sleepovers. Unfortunately for me, I'll probably still be going back to my Dreamcast copy when I want to play by myself, but when it comes to online, I guess I'll be stuck with this for right now. You get 7 faithfully ported arcade games from the Capcom covering the Marvel universe, largely compares with the familiar X-Men and Avengers members, with some other superheroes and villains in the mix. 3 of the games are entirely Marvel, with the 4 being crossovers between Marvel and Capcom rosters. And 6 of the 7 are versus fighting games, with the old one but being the Punisher, which is an old school beat-up game, much like other Capcom classic beat-ups including Final Fight or Captain Commando. And wow, the rosters in this compilation are stacked. The biggest title be costing whopping 56 characters. That of course is being Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the cream de la cream. The very reason I'm sure a lot of people are buying this, but make no mistake, the other titles are not being overlooked. There are some other characters exclusive to certain titles. Some have different types of result sets and features. Hell, if me as the curious thing, I'd say you want to check out everything else over Marvel vs. Capcom 2. If you like fighting games but find them to be very difficult or too technical, the Marvel fighting games from Capcom might be your ticket to easing into this genre. The games are generally a lot more forgiving than the core fighting games from the Capcom like Street Fighter or Darkstalkers. They still require practice and tact over sloppiness of course, but the games can sometimes be chaotic, so you can get right away with some button mashing even not look like a total fool. And if you're really just that bad, then game also has the optional assist buttons to set you for special moves with easy. But practice makes perfect, so say yes. And each of the fighting games includes a practice mode. Each game comes with an assortment of customization features with options such as attack power, CPU difficulty, number of rounds where applicable, unlimited or unlimited continuous, screen time filters, easy unlocks for hidden characters, and lots more. You can basically custom it however each game to your liking when playing the single player. I found the difficulty adjustments to be extremely fair for each title, whether looking for a challenge or wanting to just roll through each game with a little effort. The only game I thought needs some work from the Capcom in balancing the difficulty adjustments might be the X-Men Children of the Atom. The CPU seems a little over the top aggressive no matter what difficulty you pick. The only real notable changes I saw in adjusting the difficulty boiled down to the health of the CPU and not really much else. All the other games should handle just fine. As for the other extras, not much has changed in the overall packaging that brings everything together. It's very similar to Capcom Fighting Collection. You have our gallery with tons of artwork and concept art, a music player to listen to all of the music from each game. Practice modes for the fighting games in the collection complete with visual hitboxes, rollback for online play, and the normal odds and ends to wrap things up. It's a clean package overall. If I had to change anything, I would love to be able to listen to the game music when, let's say, browsing the artwork gallery for example. Sadly, the music from the soundtracks only play within the music section and nowhere else. Instead, you have standard music made specifically for the compilation pipe through in a loop everywhere else. One thing I hope Capcom patches is in a quick save slot unique to each game. As of there, now is only one quick save slot for entire compilation. That means if you do a quick save for the Punisher for example, and then want to quick save Marvel vs. Capcom 2 later, well, your only option to make one for MVC2 is to override the quick save for the Punisher. That's kind of a bummer. Now to kind of bring out the common complaint, I've seen the price. Yeah, that being it's in USD, it's $50 at the time I'm writing this review. I'm not going to sit here and BS you. That's not cheap for some people, I get that, but at the same time it's neither an unfair price. When I look at the games in this collection and realize how long they have been burned in the vault. When I look at the prices of these individual titles on places like eBay, well, but wait, that's not a fair comparison, since there's the arcade plots, right? Well, arcade machines are a bit more expensive than their rather ridiculously overpriced copies these games go for in individual console releases. I'm not going to try and convince you that 50 bucks is not much. For some people it is. I'm just saying it's a fair price for what you get. And is this collection worth getting? Yes. Yes, indeed. It is worth getting. So thank you guys for watching this review, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. See you in the next videos.